Hi there, and welcome to the Rangers News YouTube channel. It's Jordan Carlisle here alongside Cammy Willis. And Joe Aribo got off the mark in the Scottish Premiership against Livingston at the weekend. He scored a few in European qualifiers and that sort of stuff, and in the League Cup, but it was his first goal in the Premiership. So, what are your thoughts on him so far? Like, has he impressed you the whole way through, or do you think this will be something that you can push on from?
I think he's shown flashes of what he's capable of, and there's absolutely no doubt that there's a top talent there. I think in the early European qualifiers, obviously he hit a double. He hit 2 goals. He hit a goal against St Joseph's, a goal against Midgetland,
Progress,
and a goal against Progress. Yes, 3. I think that's his 5th goal in total already. He's first in the Scottish Premiership. There's clearly a player there, and I think what Aribo said after the match kind of summed up what he needs to do next for Rangers. He says he wants to be a beast. He wants to be completely control and dominate that midfield. Yeah. And I think that timidness has been visible in his game so far. And obviously, it's just adapting to the match, to the style of play in Scotland. But I've got high hopes for Aribo, and hopefully that can be a kind of catalyst for him to kick on domestically.
Because I think when I was at one of the first games of the season, that St Joseph's was the first round of the qualifier, was it? First round?
Yeah, it was.
And that was just after he came and he'd been thrown into the team, and he started, and he scored early on in the game, which is easy to get your confidence up, but I thought he looked the best footballer on the pitch by a stretch that day. And then I think he hit the ground running, and then it sort of hit how hard this might actually be, that he got passes over the honeymoon spell, and then he was played out of position in the Old Firm. And I think that's one thing that I feel like maybe supporters have been questioning him maybe too quickly, but I feel like he really struggled in that Old Firm game at Ibrox. He's played out of position, but that's, as we're talking about there, about whether he can become that beast, because he's got the frame for it, but he looked to be pulling out of 50-50s and not prepared to do that, which maybe being the best player at Charlton in League One, he wasn't needing to do that side of things.
It's kind of luxury. Yeah.
So what do you do you think that the thing is recently then, obviously he played well yesterday, but he wasn't in the team. He was on the bench in the League Cup semi-final and at Porto. So do you think he is a luxury player that we can only sort of throw in the games where we think we should be able to control it to start off with?
I think perhaps now, that's something Gerrard realised now, that there's going to take a level of time before he kind of gets that bite into his game. I think that a luxury player, maybe now, but as a whole, no. I think that you want to get that kind of physical side of his game, combining with the amazing kind of technical skill that the guy's clearly got, and have him scoring more goals. And I think it's just a bedding in period. And I think there's a kind of crossover between it. But I think Gerrard's done the right thing, kind of taking him out the team more recently. I mean, if you think about it, he's coming from Charlton, and even before that, he was playing for Staines in London. And then he went to Charlton, and he's coming to Rangers now. The step up is monumental.
That's huge.
So I mean, you're not even able to go down the street without people recognising him, etc. I mean, and there's all these different things that you have to adapt to. Plus, there is obviously a pressure at Rangers that's already there, but a growing one, and expectancy on Rangers to deliver in the coming seasons. And it's part of the reason why he would have joined the club, but also something that I think he needs to adapt to as well. And I think but high hopes for Aribo. I think that he will be a top player. Rangers obviously really highly rate him. I think Gerrard said that he still pinches himself.
That he's got him, which is a good sign.
I remember Arsenal, Manchester City, even Celtic were interested in him. So I think he'll come good, and hopefully that'll be kind of catalyst. And it was good that it was against Livingston as well, a wee bit of redemption.
Yeah. After the cut.
I think that showed good management from Gerrard. I think that he knew he was because I mean, if you think about it, it was such a blow that he took, and you can still see it, the scar on his head. And if you go back to this ground and throw yourself in, Gerrard showed a bit of trust in him, and he ended up delivering. So I mean, I don't think it was an amazing game for him by any stretch, but yeah, he got his chance and he scored his goal. So hopefully he can kick on.
I think one thing going in, obviously now we're heading into the international break, and he's going to be away with Nigeria, and these will be his first competitive games. I think they're playing Benin and Togo in African Cup of Nations qualifiers. But the fact that the guy it took him 4 minutes on debut to score against Ukraine, and then he went out and played against a Brazil team with Thiago Silva, Dani Alves, Ederson, and scored a good goal in that.
shows quality.
Is that not a sign of how far we've come, that we have guys who can produce at that level and we're not necessarily using them in showpiece games and stuff?
No, I think so. I think it shows Aribo's quality as well. He'll be playing a different game in Nigeria than what he is with Rangers, and I think he's kind of been lauded by the Nigeria fans as well. He's kind of a fan favourite there. So as long as he continues producing on that stage, it'll only benefit Rangers. And I do have high hopes for the future of Joe Aribo, not just next season, but this season.